Good evening to all of you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you who are joining in from everywhere around the world. And also special welcome to all of our Sri Lankan Community Hub members who are joining this town hall. It's been a really busy month, I would say. The month of October has been packed with a lot of things that has been happening, especially in the Cardano ecosystem, as well as in terms of Intersect. There's a lot of things that have been happening. I think all of you must have been keeping track, or if you haven't, we are here to try to bring you up to speed with that. However, we are trying to keep it as short as possible as we are still in Dubai, just following this Cardano summit that was held just a couple of days ago. We're still in Dubai and we're returning back to Sri Lanka tomorrow. So some of our Coin Ceylon members also joined the summit, which I will go into the details with. So without further ado, we will go into today's town hall. So let me just get the screen started up. Right, so the October Town Hall begins with some of the work that we have done within the month of October. And the first thing that we will go into is the annual members meeting in Sri Lanka that was held on the 12th of October, which was a large gathering of community members from Sri Lanka, got together, and it was a part of the annual members meeting series that has been taking place around the world. We had one in Japan, we've had one in Sri Lanka, LATAM Hub one was held in Mexico, Ghana, and then in Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal, as well as in Austin, Texas, USA. So the Sri Lankan annual members meeting, I think most of you were in attendance as well, and we had over 141 members in attendance, and it was a really nice members meeting, which we also had the pleasure of hosting the head of business operations, Mr. Lawrence Clark from Intersect, who visited us and spent time with us at the event as well. And we'll get into a little bit more detail on that. I'm sure if you were a part of it, you would have enjoyed it. But if you missed out, well, we have posted a lot of content on this in terms of videos and pictures and things like that. And well, next time, we hope all of the members here will not miss it out, because it was a really good, very engaging session. So because there's a lot of pictures, instead of going to all of them, I will just give me, yep. So I'll just go through a couple of the pictures from the event. This was at the start of our event, and it was a full house pretty much. And it was packed with a lot of engaging topics. We were discussing the vision for 2025 with Intersect, as well as the election cycle, what was happening with elections, and who was contesting, and the stats from 2024 when it comes to Intersect, and a lot of other things. And we also had a retrospective session where we went on to what Intersect is doing right and what needs to change. And we did a start, stop, and continue method on that. So it was really good, engaging session. And as you can see, we also had some really nice entertainment sessions as well. We'll just show you the the teaser reel of the event in a bit, but the full event is actually live on our YouTube page, so you can go and have a look at it. I think it's about 1.5 hours of the main content, so you can just go through the things that happened and how things unfolded. It was really nice, and we really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope all of you who were there enjoyed it as well. So I'll just speak a little bit about this in Sinhala as well. සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් ලංකාවේ සියලුම දෙනාම අද අපගේ ඔක්තෝබර් මාසයේ තියෙන ටවුන් හෝල් එකට සහභාගී වෙන ඔයගොල්ලන් හැමදෙනාම පිළිගන්නවා. ඇත්තරම අපි තාමත් ඩුබායි වල ඉන්නේ ලෝක කඩාන සමළුවට සහභාගී වෙලා හෙට දිනේ තමයි ලංකාවට පිටත් වෙලා ඉන්නේ. ඒකට අපි Coin Ceylon සමාජිකයන් කිහිප දෙනෙකුත් සහභාගී වුණා. ඒක ගැන විස්තර කිහිපයක් අපි ඉස්සරහට කතා කරනවා. මුලින්ම මේ මාසේ ඔක්තෝබර් මාසේ අපි ඇත්තරම ගොඩක් වැඩ කළා. අපේ කැලෙන්ඩර් එක ඇත්තරම ෆුල් වෙලා තිබුණා කිව්වොත් ඇත්තරම නිවැරදි. ඉතාමත්ම වේගෙන් වෙනස් වෙන සහ ඉතාමත්ම වේගෙන් ගොඩක් දේවල් එළියට එන මේ ඉන්ටර්සෙක්ට් ප්‍රජා සාමූහිකය තුල අපි මේ පළවෙනියෙන්ම අපි අද කතා කරන්නේ මේ ඇනුවල් මෙම්බර්ස් මීටින් එක ගැන. මේක ලෝකයේ රටවල් 6ක මෙම ඇනුවල් මෙම්බර්ස් මීටින් පැවැත්වුණා. ජපානයේ, ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ, ගානා රාජ්‍යයේ, පෘතුගාලයේ ලිස්බන් අගනුවර සහ ලතින් ඇමරිකානු රටවල් වලට මෙක්සිකෝ සිටි වල ඒ වගේම ඇමරිකාවේ ඔස්ටින් ටෙක්සස් වලත් මෙම annual members meeting එකක් පැවැත්වුණා. ඉතින් ඒවට ලෝකෙ පුරාම ඉන්න අපගේ ඉන්ටර්සෙක්ට් සමාජිකයන් සහභාගී වුණා. ඊට අමතරව වෙන රටවල් වල සමාජිකයන් සහභාගී වෙන්න අපි virtual summits උත් පැවැත්වුණා. ඉතින් ඒවටත් ගොඩක් සමාජිකයන් සහභාගී වුණා. ඒව තුලදී ගොඩක් දේවල් අපි කතා කළා විස්තර. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලන් ගොඩක් අපගේ සමාජිකයන් මෙම annual members meeting එකට සහභාගී වුණා. ඉතින් සහභාගී වෙච්ච නැති අයට මේ ගැන පොඩි විස්තරයක් කියන්න තමයි අත්‍තරම අපි මේ ස්ලයිඩ්ස් ටික දාලා තියෙන්නේ. මෙතන පින්තූර කීපයයි අත්‍තරම අපි දැම්මේ. මොකද මේකේ පින්තූර ගොඩාක් අපි සෝෂල් මීඩියා වල අපි පබ්ලිෂ් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒකින්ද ඔයගොල්ලන් අපේ සෝෂල් මීඩියා channels වල ඉන්නවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒ වගේම content දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක බලන්න. ඒ වගේම අපි මුළු වීඩියෝ එකක් අපි රිලීස් කරලා තියෙනවා අපගේ YouTube නාලිකාවේ. ඉතින් ඒකටත් ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න. ඒක ඇතුළෙත් අපි කරපු දේවල් ටික ඔක්කොම ඒකේ තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම 2020-25 වර්ෂයේ Intersect vision plan එක. ඉදිරි අනාගත දැක්ම මොකද්ද? අපි ලබන අවුරුද්දේ කරන්න ලෑස්ති වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒ වගේම ඒ Intersect election එක ගැන අපි විස්තර වාගයක් අපි කතා කළා. දැන් Intersect election එක ඇත්තටම අවසానයි. නමුත් ඒ වෙනකොටත් election එක පැවැත්ුණා. 4 වෙනිදා ඔක්තෝබර් 4 වෙනිදා පටන් අරගෙන ඔක්තෝබර් 20 වෙනිදා වෙනකන් ඒක පැවැත්වුණා. අපි ඒක ගැනත් විස්තර ටිකක් කියන්න. නමුත් අපි ඒකේ විස්තරත් කතා කළා. ඒ වගේම අපි තව retrospective session එකක් තිබ්බා. ඒ කියන්නේ පහුගිය කාලේදී අපි කරපු දේවල් හරි දේවල් මොනවාද? අපි ඉස්සරහට කරගෙන යන්න ඕන දේවල් මොනවාද? අපි වෙනස් කරගත යුතු දේවල් මොනවාද කියන එක ගැන අපි කතා කරන්නත් එතනදී පටන්ගෙන ගොඩක් දේවල් අපි විස්තර කතා කළා. ඉතින් ඒකට ලංකාවේ විවිධ ක්ෂේත්‍රවල පුද්ගලයන් සහභාගී වුණා. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම ඒකට සහභාගී වෙන්න ලැබීම ගැන අපි ඕගොල්ලන් සියලු දෙනා සහභාගී වුණ සියලු දෙනාටම අපි ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම Intersect සංවිධානයේ නියෝජිතය කරමින් ලොරන්ස් ක්ලාක් මහතා head of business operations ඔහු සහභාගී වුණා අපගේ annual members meeting එකට. ඉතින් ඔහු සමගත් අපගේ සමාජිකයන්ට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා කතා කරන්න ලැබුණ අවස්ථාවක්. ඉතින් ඒක ඇත්තටම ඉතාමත්ම හොඳ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට ලැබුණ ලොකුම අවස්ථාවක්. මොකද ලෝකේ රටවල් විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක විහිදලා තියෙන මෙම ප්‍රජා සාමූහික ඇතුළුව ලංකාව තුළ මෙම annual members meeting එකක් පවත්වන්නට පුළුවන් වීම ගැනත් ඇත්තටම මේ වචනයක් කියන්නට ඕනේ. මොකද ඒකට හේතුව මේ ලෝක පුරා පැවැත්වුණු annual members meeting වල ලෝකයේ විශාලම ප්‍රජා සහභාගීත්වයක් ඇතුළු පැවැත්වුණු annual members meeting එක තමයි ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ එක. අපගේ members-ලා 141කට වැඩි සංඛ්‍යාවක් මේකට සහභාගී වුණා. ඒ වගේම අපිට කියන්න සතුටුයි දැනට ලෝකයේ දෙවෙනි විශාලම ප්‍රජා සාමූහිකයේ බවට දැන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාව පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. සමාජිකයන් 400කට අධික සංඛ්‍යාවක් දැන් අපිත් එක්ක ඉන්නවා. ඒක අපි පසුපසු ඉන්නේ ජපානයේට පමණයි. ඉතින් ජපානය කියන්නේ කඩානු සංවිධානයේ මූලාරම්භයේ තිබුණ රට. ඉතින් ජපානයේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාව ඇත්තටම සමාජිකයන් 100ක වගේ ප්‍රමාණයකින් තමයි පොඩි වෙනසක් තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් අපි මේ ප්‍රජා සාමූහිකය පටන් අරගෙන පහුගිය මාස 6 ඇතුළත මෙතෙන්ට එන්න ලැබීම ගැන ඕගොල්ලන් සියලු දෙනාටම අපි ඇත්තටම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේක ඇත්තටම කරන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන් වෙනුවෙන් සහ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ නම බ්ලොක්චේන් අනාගතයේ ඉදිරියට අරන් යන්න. ඉතින් කඩානු බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණය තුල ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ නම කොහොමද ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නේ කියන එකත් අපිට මේකෙන් ඇත්තටම එළියට ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. ඉතින් අපි මේක ගැන පොඩි ටීසර් වීඩියෝ එකක් බලලිමු. මුළු වීඩියෝ එක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඔයගලන්ට ගිහලා බලන්න පුළුවන් අපගේ YouTube channel එකේ තියෙනවා මම කියපු විදිහටම. ඉතින් අපි මේ වීඩියෝ එක දැන් බලලිමු. මේ අපගේ Intersect annual members meeting එකේ reel එක. So now we'll move on to the annual members meeting reel so you get an idea as to what kind of event this was. So let's just have a look at it. ඔය ඒකින්ද ඒක ඒගොල්ලන්ට පොඩි අයිඩියා එකක් විතරක් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒක කොයි විදිහට පැවැත්වුනේ කියලා. ඉතින් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ගිහිල්ලා මුළු වීඩියෝ එකම බලන්න. ඒතර ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒක මිස් වෙච්ච දේවල් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකෙන් දැනගන්නත් පුළුවන්. So up next we will move on to the university introductory workshop that we had at the University of Caledonia in association with the Data Science and Artificial Intelligence Center of the university. This was held on it was 8th of October. We had it at the University of Caledonia's Computing and Technology faculty. So we had over 70 students that came on to this, and we had a really good engagement there where we were able to speak about the fundamentals of blockchain technology as well as what Intersect is and what Intersect brings onto the table. And this is one of the very first times that this kind of a workshop has been held in Sri Lanka in this scale. So we are really proud to have started this, and we are going to be doing it as a series of workshops starting from the month of November as well. So please do stay tuned for that. There are a few captures regarding this. I'll mention a little bit about this in Sinhala as well. අපි ඇත්තටම ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ටරි වර්ක්ෂොප් එකක් පැවැත්වුවා කැලණි යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ තොරතුරු තාක්ෂණ විද්‍යාපීඨය තුල. එතනදී බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණය කියන්නේ මොකක්ද, කඩානු කියන්නේ මොකක්ද, ඒ වගේම ඉන්ටර්සෙක්ට් සංවිධානය කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක ගැන එම සිසුන්ට දැනුවත් කිරීමේ වැඩමුළුවක් තමයි අපි ඇත්තට මේක කළේ. ඉතින් ඒකේ ඉතාමත්ම හොඳ රෙස්පොන්ස් එකක් අපිට ලැබුණා. අපි ඒකට සිසුන් 70කට අධික සංඛ්‍යාවක් සහභාගී වෙලා හිටියා. ඉතාමත්ම කෙටි කාල පරාසයක් තුලදී අපි මේක ලෑස්ති කරගත්තේ. නමුත් ඒ වුණත් ගොඩක් සිසුන් මේකට එකතු වෙලා තිබුණා. ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලන්ත් ඉදිරියට මේක ගැන තව වැඩිදුර විස්තර දැනගන්න ගොඩක් කැමැත්තෙන් හිටියා. ඉතින් අපි ඒක ඇත්තටම තිබ්බේ කැලණි යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ Data Science Research and Artificial Intelligence Research Center එකත් එක්ක අනුබද්ධව. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම නොවැම්බර් මාසෙ ඉඳලා අපි තව ඉදිරියටත් ඒ වගේ workshop series කීපයක්ම කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. මේ බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණය ගැන ඉගෙන ගන්න, ඒ වගේම කඩානෝ තුල දේවල් හදන්නේ කොහොමද, නිර්මාණය කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක ඔයගලන්ට කියලා දෙන්න තමයි අපි මේ වැඩමුළු වලදී සහභාගී වෙන්නේ. ඒක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම නොමිලේ ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන වැඩමුළුවක්. ඉතින් ඒකින්ද ඔයගලන් මේ යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ඉන්නවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම අපිත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන්න, ඇවිල්ලි වෙලා ඒක එකත් එක්ක සහභාගී වෙන්න කියන එකත් අපි ඇත්තටම කියන්න කැමතියි. මම හිතන්නේ ඒකේ අපි තව පොඩි පින්තූර කීපයකුත් මේකේ තියෙනවා. මම හිතන්නේ තිබුණ එක. නමුත් අපි ඒකේ වීඩියෝ එකකුත් බලලෙමු. අපි පොඩි ඒකේ රීල් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකේ මොනවද අපි බුනේ කියන පොඩි අයිඩියා එකක් ගන්න. නමුත් අපි ඒකට යන්න කලින් අපේ CTO මලික්ගෙන් පොඩි විස්තරයක් එක ගැන දැනගමු. So before we go into the reel to see what kind of workshop this was, I think CTO Malik would like to say a few words regarding this introductory workshop and what kind of an experience that it had.
Thank you, Govinda. Hope everyone can hear me clearly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So to tell a few words about what we did that day, it was mainly about. It was a very gentle introduction to blockchain. What is a blockchain? What sort of algorithms make up a blockchain? What is a consensus mechanism? Just the bare basics, just so that any student who comes along can understand, and then they can start learning more about blockchains and can start getting familiarized with it. And one of the main things that we noticed when we did this workshop is that there's great interest here for this subject. There's a lot of kids who are really smart kids, really talented kids in these universities who are able to who spend who are really talented, and they have a lot of interest in these subjects. And something we notice when we speak to them over and over again is that some of them didn't even know what was exactly possible with blockchain. And to be able to speak more and explain, like, for example, take for instance, how blockchain, how Intersect, how Cardano, all of these things fit together. This was something that was really confusing to a lot of people. And so when we spoke to them about these things, they started to get an idea, oh, this is what Intersect block is, this is what Cardano is. Okay, so Cardano is a blockchain, Intersect is what drives the chain, and then blockchain as a whole, this is how it fits, and this is how we are supposed to do a blockchain, this is what we can do with a blockchain, and these are the opportunities that we have. So once we spoke to them, what we realized is they were trying to learn on their own, but at the same time, when you give them the opportunities, when you can provide more opportunities and when you can make things more clear for them, there will be even more people we can attract towards this ecosystem. There's great talent, there's great promise among these students, and I can't wait to see what we are going to do next. I can't wait for it to get to the point where we can start talking more about the technical parts about Cardano, even more technical things about blockchains, and when we can get them to start building things on the blockchain. I really can't wait for that. And what we gathered was even the students can't wait for it as well. So yeah, with that, over to you, Kavi.
Yeah, most certainly. That was something that we really noticed was the interest levels, like he mentioned, the interest levels of the students, how eager they were to learn more about the community hub, as well as things that you can learn from Cardano and how to build on it, and how to keep your starting points, the starting steps of how to get there. So that was something that that was really truly nice to see. And we will be expanding this to a lot of other government universities as well, so that a lot of students will be able to get access to this, and how to get involved in not only just building on Cardano, but also getting involved in decentralized governance. So this is a concept that has been pretty new. It's still new to a lot of the places, not just Sri Lanka, anywhere else in the world too. So I think Sri Lanka actually has a really good chance, and especially with the capacity of the students who are learning and getting involved in these things, they actually do have a good chance to get involved in the committees and building this ecosystem to be a truly decentralized one. So with that, I will just move on to the real, I would say. Oops, hold on. So this is just to give you an idea of what was happening at the workshop. You should just see the engagement of the students and the kind of things that we went through it. And with that, we would like to move on to what just happened a couple of days ago, the Cardano Summit 2024, the large gathering of the Cardano community, which happens every year, and it's happening this year in Dubai as well, just like last time. And myself and a few of our Coin Ceylon members are also in attendance at the summit this year, and we had a lot of engagement at the Cardano Summit, and meeting people and engaging with them, learning more about projects, what's happening in the entire ecosystem, building partnerships. So this was a really good place to be this year, and I feel like a lot of the projects have now matured, and there are a lot of startups coming up onto the ecosystem. So we had a really good set of panels and discussions that went on within the summit this year, and it was truly remarkable to start off with. And moving on from that, I think I don't think I'll be able to put a lot of pictures on here to discuss exactly what went on in the Cardano Summit to just show you, but I will just show you a few pictures of the summit and some of the engagements that we had. And yeah, so I think you can see a few pictures in here. You also had sessions, and you also had booths from leading companies in the blockchain space, was catering to all these ecosystems. And we also had panel discussions in terms of emerging markets, and also the decentralized governance. So I myself was also a speaker in one of the sessions, and we had a really good feedback from the community members who were in attendance, and we learned a lot of things. Personally, I learned a lot of things as well from some of these inspirational speakers who were there in attendance. And those of you who could not make it, all of these visuals are there in the Cardano Summit YouTube videos, YouTube channel. So do get there and have a look at it. It's beautiful, and you will also learn a lot of things that went on. on over there. And I think that was a really good start as well. So just to say a little few words in Sinhala about this. Cardano Summit 2024 සම්මන්ත්‍රණය පැවැත්වුණා ඩුබායි නගරේ ඉන්ටර්කොන්ටිනෙන්ටල් හෝටලේ තමයි ඒක පැවැත්වුණේ. ඉතින් මේ අවුරුද්දේ ඇත්තරම ඒක ගොඩක් විශාලවට පැවැත්වුණා. ලෝක පුරාම විහිදිලා ඉන්න බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණයට සම්බන්ධ කම්පනීස් ඒ වගේම ව්‍යාපාරිකයන් ව්‍යවසායකයන් ඇතුළුව බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණය ගැන උනන්දු වෙන අය ගොඩක් මේ සම්මුලට සහභාගී වුණා. ඉතින් සම්මුල තුල එක sectors cover කරන speeches තිබුණා, ඒ වගේම sessions තිබුණා, discussion panels තිබුණා. ඉතින් ඒවට ඇත්තටම ඉතාමත් ලොකු knowledge එකක් එකකින් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා මේ ලෝකයේ දැනට blockchain තාක්ෂණය කොතනද තියෙන්නේ. ඒක ඒ වගේම Cardano blockchain තාක්ෂණය දැනට කොතනද තියෙන්නේ, මොන වගේ දේවල්ද ඒකෙන් කරන්නේ, ඇත්තටම real world applications. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ ඇත්ත ලෝකේ මේ blockchain තාක්ෂණය කොයි විදිහටද implement වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකෙන් ඇත්තටම එළියට දෙන products මොනවාද, ඒවා පාවිච්චි කරන විදිහ මොනවාද, ඒවා ඉස්සරහට evolve වෙන විදිහ, ඒවා පරිණාමණය වෙන විදිහ කොහොමද කියන එක ගැන ගොඩක් කතා කරන්න sessions තිබුණා. මමත් ඇත්තටම ඉතාමත්ම සතුටුයි කියන්න මමත් මේකේ එක්තරා ආරාධිත ස්පීකර් කෙනෙක් විදිහට session එකක් පැවැත්වුණා. ඒ ස්පෙෂල් session එක තිබුණේ decentralized governance adoption in emerging markets කියන එක ගැන. ඉතින් ඒක ලංකාව ඇතුළුව මුළු දකුණු ආසියා කලාපයේම මෙම බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණය කොයි විදිහටද ඉදිරියට එන්නේ. ඒකට අමතරව ආසියානු කලාපයේ, අප්‍රිකානු කලාපයේ මේ කොයි විදිහට ඉදිරියට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන නිසා ඉදිරියට එන්නේ කොහොමද, මේවට තියෙන challenges මොනවාද, ඒවා විසඳගන්නේ කොහොමද කියන ගැන අපි එතනදී කතා කළා. ඉතින් ගොඩාක් එතන හිටපු විශේෂඥයන්ගෙන් විද්වතුන්ගෙන් අපිට ගොඩක් ඒකට ෆීඩ්බැක් ලැබුණා. ඉතින් ඒවත් ඉතාමත්ම අගය කර යුතුයි. ඒ වගේම මේ සමිට් එක අවසානයේ උනේ Cardano Summit Awards කියන එක අවුරුද්ද පුරාම මෙම බ්ලොක්චේන් තාක්ෂණය තුළ එක්තරා දේවල් හදපු අය, ඒකට contribute කරපු අයව අගයන විදිහට තමයි ඒ award ceremony එක පැවැත්වුනේ. ඉතින් award ceremony එක තුලත් ඇත්තටම මෙම ecosystem එක තුල දේවල් හදන සහ පුද්ගලයන් සමග සම්බන්ධ වෙලා ඒගොල්ලන් community building කරපු ගොඩක් අය වෙතින් අගය කෙරුණා. ඉතින් ඒකත් ඇත්තටම මේ අවස්ථාවේදී ප්‍රකාශ කරන්න ඕනේ. ඔක්තෝබර් මාස 23 24 යන දිනයන් දෙකකේ තමයි මේක පැවැත්වුනේ ඉන්ටර්කොන්ටිනෙන්ටල් හෝටලේ ඩුබායි වල. ඉතින් මේකේ වීඩියෝස් ඔක්කොම Cardano Summit එකේ YouTube channel එකේ තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අනිවාර්යයෙන් මෙතෙන්ට යන්න ගිහිල්ලා ඒක බලන්න. ඒ වගේ research content එකේ තියෙනවා. ඒක ගිහිල්ලා බලලා ඒ වගේන් ගොඩක් තොරතුරු දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් අනිවාර්යයෙන් මේකට එකතු වෙන්න කියන එකත් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මම කියන්නේ. මෙතන මේ පින්තූර කිහිපයයි මම දාලා තියෙනවා. අපි මේකේ highlights reel එකක් ඊට පස්සේ බලමු. මේකේ පළවෙනි දවසේ රීකැප් එක කොයි විදිහට තිබුණේ කියලා, පළවෙනි දවසේ තිබුණ දේවල්, ඊට පස්සේ දෙවෙනි දවසේ මොනවද උනේ කියන එක පොඩි මිනිත්තුවක දෙකක අපි පොඩි වීඩියෝ ක්ලිප්ස් දෙකක් බලලිමු. So we will move on to the highlights reel of the Cardano Summit 2024 day 1 as well as day 2, so that you will get an idea as what's been happening at the summit from 23rd to 24th of October, which I also mentioned in Sinhala earlier, that the summit ended with the Cardano Summit Awards ceremony, which went on to recognize some of the truly exceptional builders and community members within the ecosystem and kind of things that they've contributed to the ecosystem within the past year. And it was really nice to see their work being recognized through the community, all of the community members being recognized through that, because it actually does inspire a lot of people to come on board and build things and get involved with this remarkable ecosystem. So let's get into looking at the summit recap video. Just let me get this loaded up.
And it is such a great pleasure to be here at the Cardano Summit 2024, a blockchain event that truly spans the globe. Numerous community events are already taking place across the continent, while thousands have joined us here either online or directly here in cosmopolitan Dubai. Frederick Gregard kicked the summit off with an inspiring keynote, giving us a glimpse of what the future will look like.
Ensuring that people from around the world come together allows us to not only upgrade the security architecture of the contribution between humans and technology, but it also allows people to explore mistakes and success stories from all around the world.
Danny Spiller spoke to us about how blockchain is helping to bring a positive impact.
Blockchain can provide positive social impact by using some of the values that it provides. transparency, security, and inclusion.
From main stage panels to masterclasses and the pitch stage discussions, we've heard from top experts and industry leaders about how blockchain is optimizing and transforming business models across industries.
Blockchain, the Internet of Value, drops transaction costs in an open market, and that means it's changing the deep structure and architecture of the corporation. We're moving into a decentralized world where DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, are radically changing corporations and basically every institution in society.
It is indeed a bright world for blockchain adoption, as we understood from today's interventions. Let's hear what some of our speakers had to say.
Blockchain is transforming the gaming industry by delivering true digital property rights to gamers who can finally own the digital assets, such as their favorite skins, their weapons, their items, and also they can now finally take an income from the games that they play because the virtual currency is now able to become real value through tokenization.
The blockchains are contributing to identity solutions by providing self-sovereign identity to people in a way that can be pseudo-anonymous. So you can build identities that are more authentic. This creates new opportunities, I think, to redefine what identity is.
And this is only the beginning. We have a jam-packed day prepared for you next with fantastic speakers covering a vast range of topics. So you can see why I'm already getting excited, as I'm sure you are too. We'll see you all very soon.
So that is day one of Cardano Summit. That you can see, there was a lot of things that happened. It was jam-packed with events and a lot of things that went on over there. So that was day one, and we will look at day two as well. It was truly phenomenal, and a lot of work has been done within the last year. And you only saw a little bit that we could put in on the recap reel, but let's look at day two.
Energy was undeniable on this second day of the Cardano Summit 2024. We saw thought-provoking discussions covering the critical interplay of infrastructure, education, and governance. Lance Bird joined us for an informative panel that delved into the possibilities of decentralized identity.
Yeah, the potential for decentralized identity in an age when AI is able to generate almost anything. We have the ability now to mark data and to transact in a way that's trusted. And so we can determine the provenance of information that is both fed to AI and that AI produces.
We also heard how passionate communities and collaborative efforts are contributing to robust blockchain infrastructure.
With open source, you have a wide range of developers, teams, organizations contributing to the code base, which fosters collaboration. And then when we think about the transparency aspect, anybody can look at the code and ensure there's no vulnerabilities.
Community is important for blockchain projects because ultimately we're here to change the world. And in order to do that, you need to have everybody behind you in your community.
And we learned all about how regulatory frameworks continue to shape the blockchain industry and why education becomes key.
Education is important for blockchain industry because it allows the workforce of the future to learn the new levels of creativity and abstract thinking required to make the way into the future.
Sarah Yun spoke to us about the crucial role of blockchain in governance.
So blockchain improves governance models by bringing trust back to the system. So by using blockchain, your votes will be immutable and people will trust the system, and that will increase the participation rate.
With day two masterclasses and discussions coming to a close, some attendees shared their summit highlights with us.
The one word I would use to describe the summit is interesting.
Synergy. Crypto? Awesome.
Inspiration.
Electrifying.
Innovative.
Decentralized. Friends.
Community.
Amazing.
Smart people. Yeah. Two words, sorry, but yeah.
And serving as this year's grand finale, we have the third edition of the Cardano Summit Awards. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you to everyone who contributes to this vibrant Cardano ecosystem each and every day. We'll see you all soon.
So that was 2 days of jam-packed events at the Cardano Summit. And so I'm sure some of you on this call were there in person as well. I do see a few names that I can recognize. I'm assuming you are who you are, then I hope all of you have the same kind of vision with that. So I hope you get to say a few words about it during our Q&A session once this town hall comes to an end. So this is what the Cardano Summit was summed up into 2 days of a lot of events and things went on. And we also had the Intersect booth there, and the Sri Lankan hub was represented by us at the booth. And we also had some of our Sri Lankan hub merchandise, which was quite a hit at the summit, and I think it ran out very fast. And so now the Sri Lankan hub merchandise is spread across Cardano's community members all across the world. So if you see some merchandise popping out from everywhere, or see someone wearing a Sri Lankan Intersect member t-shirts, then you will know that it's from the Cardano Summit 2024. So that was quite good. And we also managed to connect with a lot of individuals from the Intersect team as well. And we had a lot of discussions about what's happening within the hub in Sri Lanka and what our plans for the next year. So there's a lot of things that will come out in the next couple of weeks. And before we get into all of that, I will hand it over to our community manager, Sanjay, so to go through the Intersect elections, which got concluded. So I'll just say a few words on that in Sinhala just before passing on to Sanjay. Cardano Summit 2024 reels දෙක තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ දැක්කේ. ඇත්තටම මේ දෙක බැලුවම ගන්න තේරෙනවා ඒ දවස් දෙක ඇතුළත කොයිතරම් දේවල් සිද්ධ වුණාද කියලා. ඉතින් ඒකෙන් ඒ ගොඩක් සෙෂන්ස් මේක ඇතුලේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ තියෙන සෙෂන්ස් ගොඩක් ඒවා දාලා තිනවා Cardano Summit YouTube channel එකේ ගිහලා බලන්න. ඒතර ඔයගොල්ලන්ට බලන්න පුළුවන් මේ ඉකෝසිස්ටම් එක ඇතුලේ මොනවද වෙන්නේ කියලා. ඒ වගේම Intersect සංවිධානයේ බූත් එකකුත් මේ සමිට් එකේ තිබුණා. ඉතින් එතනදී අපි Intersect සංවිධානයට සම්බන්ධ වෙනත් හබ්ස් වල සමාජිකිනුත් එතන හිටියා. අපි අපගේ ප්‍රජා සාමූහිකය තුළ අපි දුන්න merchandise t-shirts, key tags වගේ අපේ ලංකාව represent කරලා එළියට දෙන merchandise ඕගලන්ට අපේ community members වල දුන්න merchandise අපි එතනට අරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා තිබුණා. ඉතින් එතන ඒක ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් අය ඒවත් අරගෙන ගියා. ඉතින් ඒක ලංකාවේ hub එකත් එක්ක connect වෙන අපිට අවශ්‍ය දේ ඒක තමයි මේ ලෝකපුරා විසිරලා ඉන්න සමාජිකයන් එකතු කරගන්න එක. ඉතින් ඒක හින්දා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඉදිරියේ සමහර අය ලංකාවේ අපේ community hub t-shirt සහ merchandise වල පින්තූර Twitter එකේ එහෙම දකින්න ලැබෙයි. ඒ ගොඩක් ඒවා මේ සමිට් එකේදී අපි දුන්න ඒවා කියන එක මේ වෙලාවේ මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි ඒත් එක්ක මම දැන් අපේ සංජයට පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙනවා අපගේ මේ ළඟදී අවසන් වුණ Intersect elections. එහෙම නැත්නම් Intersect ඡන්දය මහා ඡන්දය පැවැත්වුණා community and board election එක. ඉතින් ඒක ගැන පොඩි විස්තරයක් කියන්න සංජය ඔබට බලන්න.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Kalinda. Today is going to be a little bit of a different segment from me compared to all the other town halls, because I do want to take this time to basically talk about the Intersect committee and board elections. So for those of you who don't know, the Intersect elections have been running from the 4th till the 20th, and the results were released during the Cardano Summit. And we were happy to see that about exactly 140 candidates participated for the election this time around. And there was 7,244 votes among 574 voters this time around. And I just want to, at the same time, congratulate all the new members who were elected into committees. And I just also like to give a shout out to them as well. So starting off with the Intersect Steering Committee, we have Kalinda Karya Perma. And also, please do forgive me if I mispronounce anyone's names. I will try my best to get it right. But again, for the Intersect Steering Committee, we have Kalinda Karya Perma, Yuki Oishi, and Kevin Hammond. Congratulations, guys. For the Budget Committee, Mercy Fordhu, George Vasquez, Christian Kowalski, and Pepe Ortegui. For the Cardano Civics Committee, Reshan Fernando, Taichi Yokoyama, Einstein, Magnus Hansen, and Daniela Alves. For the Membership and Community Committee, Sanjay Vanisekara, Matthew Capps, Han Nguyen, Akil Faust, and Darlington Blair. For the Open Source Committee, we have Adam Dean, Johnny Kelly, Sebastian Pabon, Pedro Lucas. For the Product Committee, Naushad Fowles, Samuel Leathers, Juan Sierra, Kyle Solomon. And the Technical Steering Committee, again, we have Adam Dean, Kevin Hammond, Marcus Guffler, Ben Hart, and Johnny Kelly. So from all of us at Coin Ceylon and as part of the Sri Lankan Hub, guys, congratulations on being appointed for committees. And there is a special announcement when it comes to the board elections, which I will be passing on to our COO, Rashan, to take over. But before that, I'd also like to translate what I just said for our Sinhalese community as well. ඔබ හැමෝටම දන්නවා ඇති මේ මාස 4 ඉඳන් 20 වෙනිදාකම් Intersect community elections කරතුණා. ඉතින් මේ පාර 140ක් ඡන්දවල මේ elections වල සම්බන්ධ වුණා. ඒකෙන් ඡන්ද 7247ක් votes cast කරලා තිබ්බා Intersect members 574ක් අතර. ඉතින් ඒක වෙනුවෙන් මම දැන් ඔයගලන්ට කැමති announce කරන්න අලුතෙන් appoint වුණ සමාජිකයන් මුලින්ම Intersect Steering Committee එකේ කාවින්ද කාර්යපෙරම Yuki Oishi, Kevin Hammond, Budget Committee එකේ Mercy Fordu, Jules Vasquez, Christian Kowalski, Pepe Ortega, Cardano Civics Committee එකේ Prashant Fernando, Taichi Yokoyama, Einstein Magnus Hansen, Daniela Alves, Membership and Community Committee, Sanjay Vanisekara, Matthew Capps, Han Nguyen, Akil Fowles, Darlington Blair. Open Source Committee, Adam Dean, Johnny Kelly, Sebastian Pabon, Pedro Lucas. Product Committee, Naushad Fowles, Samuel Leathers, Juan Sierra, Kyle Solomon. Technical Steering Committee, Adam Dean, Kevin Hammond, Marcus Guffler, Ben Hart, Johnny Kelly. ඉතින් Coin Ceylon එකෙන් අපේ සියලු දෙනාගෙම Intersect Sri Lankan Hub එකේ අපි හැමෝගෙම අපි හැමෝටම සුබ පතනවා. ඉස්සරහට කඩානෝ Intersect සම්බන්ධයෙන් අපි ඉස්සරහට මේ ecosystem එක ගොඩනගාගෙන යන්න. Intersect board elections වල announcement එකක් මම මේක බාර දෙනවා අපේ COO Rashan Fernando.
Hi everyone. Once again, I just want to thank everyone who ran for the election and who voted for everything. Congratulations to everyone. I just want to get into you can hear me correctly, right? There's a small issue. I just want to get into the Intersect governing board election, which there are only 2 seats available. And our very own Kavinda Karaparama is now a board member. So please, when you get a chance, congratulate him. And also Adam Rush. I mean, because of this is the entire governance board of Intersect. So I'll let Kavinda say a few words on that because I'm pretty sure he's.
Thank you, Rashan. I am truly honored to be selected to serve on the Intersect board. And this is a role that's an incredible opportunity. So not just for me personally, but for the entire community that I represent. I've been a part of the Cardano ecosystem for a very long time. And I've just been away from the spotlight, I would say. And quietly, I was always supporting its mission and its values. And now as a board member, I'm ready to take a more active role in going to make sure the future of this remarkable platform has all your voices concerned. So I must also add that, as Sanjay mentioned earlier, in the light of this incredible opportunity of me being elected as a board member by the Intersect members, I have also made the decision to step down from my position on the Intersect Steering Committee. This decision was actually made to honor the spirit of decentralization and the fairness of our ecosystem, that the fundamental and the ethos that it's built upon. So that would also ensure that another deserving candidate from the ballot has the opportunity to represent the community, because I contested for both the board and the steering committee positions, and I was very fortunate, and I'm truly grateful for everybody who voted for me, and I got elected to both. And it's only right for me to offer someone else the chance to contribute meaningfully. So I will be stepping down as from my newly elected steering committee membership position, which I also already announced on my social media as well. So I must also mention the fact that decentralization thrives when diverse voices come to the table. And I believe this particular move will further strengthen our governance structure. So my primary responsibility as a board member will be to serve as a voice for the community, as I am from the community and I represent the voice and the views of the community, and I will continue to do that. I will be representing the entire community in terms of their voice. So I believe the governance, especially the decentralized governance, is about ensuring that every stakeholder has a seat at the table. And that's why I am here. So whether they are developers, builders, everyday users, anybody who's involved in this ecosystem, their concerns and ideas are what drives the direction of this ecosystem. So I'll be working very closely with the other board members to ensure that the governance decisions reflect the best interests of everybody involved and not just a select few. And at the same time, I would love to take this opportunity to congratulate a colleague, Adam Rush, who got elected alongside me at the to the governing board. I've met Adam, and he's a remarkable personality, and I'm so glad that he's on the board as well. And I'm sure we will be doing a lot of work together to make sure the voices of the community is represented. So my vision for Cardano and Intersect specifically is to strengthen and expand the ecosystem through collaboration, inclusivity, and innovation. So I want to see more people from all around the globe joining Intersect, including emerging markets like even Sri Lanka or South Asia, Africa, like everybody coming onto the fold, as some of these regions are often overlooked, but they're full of untapped potential. So the technology is there. We just need to create the right platforms for people to engage with it. So there are a number of challenges we also must remember that we will need to address, particularly around educating new users and building governance tools that are accessible and easy to use. So decentralization is powerful, but it can also be intimidating for those who are new to it. So that's why one of my key goals is to simplify our process and create more educational content that helps the onboarding process for people to come from different backgrounds, localization of the content, and increase the inclusivity from different regions, including underserved community who needs to come in and represent these voices. So that is what collaboration is all about. So it's about bringing together different voices to solve very complex challenges. I've seen how powerful that can be through our work with the Coin Ceylon Intersect Hub in Sri Lanka. And I plan to bring that same spirit of collaboration to my work on the board, including building bridges between regions, industries, communities, and the founding entities. I'm excited to work alongside a diverse group of board members who are currently on the board, who also share the same common goal, to make Cardano a global standard in blockchain technology. And I'm here to listen, to learn, to contribute wherever I can. My door is always open to all of the community members, all of you who want to share their thoughts and their ideas. So I would like to say, together we can shape the future of decentralized governance and ensure that Cardano's impact is felt worldwide. So with that, I think I took a lot of time, but I think it needed to be said. So Rashan, thank you for saying that. But this was something that I needed to say. And also, I think Rashan is in the civics committee as well. I think his name was there.
Yes, I am.
It's in products committee as well. It's Sanjay's gotten into membership. So every single person who's contested in these elections and gotten in, even if you did get elected or not, even if you did vote or if you didn't vote during this election cycle, just know that all of your voices will be represented within these committees as well as the board. So do engage, do keep building, and do keep sharing the vision for Cardano. So with that, I think we will move on to the questions and anything that anybody would like to add to today's town hall. We'd be more than happy to share ideas or anything that would come in. So please raise your hands and we will give you the opportunity to speak up. If not, you can put on your questions and everything on the chat. And yeah, so.
There's a question on the chat.
Yeah, so do you want to take that or read that out?
So basically,
What's the question?
They're asking any key moments from the summit. What did you guys like the most?
Why didn't you mention that?
So I just want to say this is my second year actually going to the summit. And as always, it's very informative and it's very nice to see how the community has come together and how everything, is moving forward. Like Carmen mentioned that most of us are in the committees. So we're excited to see, how we can move forward and how we can do. Like you said, even my door is always open. If there's anything you all need, please let me know. I think I'll pass it on to Sanjay, since he was actually going around asking people, and talking to them. So I think he'll have more insight than me.
So any key moments from the summit, I think.
Key moments,
so like, yeah.
Yeah, so one of my most memorable moments, I would say, is actually getting to meet the Intersect team, because we have been communicating with them for quite some time ever since we got on board. And it was really nice to actually meet them in person and get to know them and speak more about what Intersect has to offer, as well as being able to meet a lot of other individuals which we've been connecting via X or any other social media platforms. It's really nice to catch up with them, meet them. So I think that was one of my most memorable moments at the summit so far, as well as being able to attend so many a lot of panels which took place at the summit. So yeah, that was actually two of my key memorable moments. So Wally, off to you.
Key moments. I think personally for me, I think it was finally getting to see some of the heroes, I would say, of Cardano. Like all these legends, getting to see them, getting to talk to them, and getting to hear their opinions on why they are here, what they want to see Cardano turn into, and just to hear them, just to see them, just to have that conversation and to make that connection. I think that was something really, yeah, I think for me, that was the biggest takeaway. That was the biggest key moment for me, in addition to, like Sanjay said, like all the workshops and such. But mainly, I got to see some of my heroes for Cardano.
Yeah, so it's better I mentioned something as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I had quite a lot of key moments at the summit this year, and I think one of the most surprising things at the key moment was the fact that got elected on to the governing board of Intersect, and it was we've been in this community for a very long time, since the inception of it, and Malik was being pretty modest about it, but he has been there since inception as well. But I think that was one of the key moments to get to hear that you've gotten elected by the community members. So that was quite remarkable moment for me. In terms of the content and the discussions that was happening and the panels, this year was quite interesting. And I met a lot of very interesting individuals who've been building on the ecosystem, who has not been on the spotlight. So we did speak to a lot of them. I think we also got some video reels and interviews from some of these creators and builders, which we will be rolling out in the next couple of weeks. So you will see them popping up. And also I must mention, following this town hall, earlier next month, we will have another town hall event, which will be a little bit different to our monthly town halls, which will include some of these builders who's building on the Cardano ecosystem. We will be bringing them on to talk about some of the projects. So you will also, if you have any questions, you can throw it across to them, and then get the feedback, and then you discuss ideas. If you're also a builder, if you want to collaborate, this will be a great way for you guys to start. So I think that will be another thing that is also coming up in terms of the town halls. But in terms of the events, in terms of Cardano Summit, I think the key moments were the people, the level of engagement, and everyone's so friendly. You feel like you're one family, you're always working towards one goal. So that is something that every year in, year out, even if it's the Cardano Summit or even if it's another blockchain event, this ecosystem has brought in people from all across the world in different sectors within the society. They still come together at a common goal. And that is the most beautiful thing for me. And it keeps growing every year. And I love that. So that, I guess, it's one of the key moments. So if you guys have any other questions, please do.
Sorry, there's one more question.
So shall I read it out?
Yeah.
So Hasita has asked, when is the next university workshop is going to happen in Sri Lanka? What are the other universities which your team is in discussion with to educate youngsters about blockchain technology?
Okay, that's actually a very good question. So we will be starting the series of workshops from the University of California to start off with. So starting early next month, we will be putting out the details regarding that once the dates and everything's finalized. So it will be a series of workshops that we are going to be starting in the University of California. We are in discussion with a couple of the universities as well, but they're still in talking stages right now. So it won't be fair for me to announce anything right now until we get everything confirmed. However, we will be doing a lot of work with the University of California, and you will see those things popping up on our socials as well as media. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. And I think another question a lot of the community members have asked is, do we have to be university students just to learn about this? Or is there another way that we could learn in terms of you're a businessman or an entrepreneur? How are we going to learn all of these things? So for that, we will have meetup events. We will have other workshops as well for business circles, and we will have a networking soiree as well coming up. So during that also, we will discuss some of these things. So we have not forgotten like a certain community sector. We are going to be catering to everybody who's interested in all of this. So please do stick around, and yeah, so we will roll up a lot of information. Make sure if you are on our socials, do follow us, and then you will get the updates. And I think Sanjay will most probably be bugging all of you in terms of community. So I think in a good way. And that is a good thing that's going to go. Yeah, I've got another question.
No, there is no more questions, I think.
Thank you.
Yes, I think we got all the questions done. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, please feel free. Sanjay is always available. 24/7. Don't worry about the time. Okay, just message him or just let any one of us know.
So yeah, any other questions, please do put that on our chat. We'll leave it open for about 5 more minutes, but yeah, and then we will conclude today's town hall. Sorry, we did not put too much content on the slides today, as I said, we're still in Dubai, so we're still getting a lot of things going on, and we are actually working towards a lot of things happening in the next couple of weeks. But make sure that you do follow us. I can't stress that enough. Follow the Intersect X as well as Coin Ceylon, Intersect Sri Lanka Hub page on X. On Facebook, you can follow Coin Ceylon, and on Instagram, you can follow us. You can even email us on. We have gotten a couple of emails from the community in the past week. We have been responding to some of them. So if you have not heard back from us, we do apologize. The past couple of days, there has been a lot of emails that has gotten buried, but we will be attending to all of them. So do email us at srilanka@intersectmbo.org or shoot us a DM. So that should be fine. So we'll leave it for about another 2 minutes. If anybody wants to say anything and not type it on the chat, you can do so. Please raise your hand and we will bring you up on stage. Oh, so looks like we're not getting any questions right now. So I guess everything's clear. But if you are shy, we know how to get in touch with us. We love constructive criticism. So please go ahead and do that as well. So we will not take up too much time. So thank you so much for joining with us on this Saturday evening. And do stay tuned. We will be rolling out a lot of interesting things coming up. So thank you so much for joining, and good night.